The eternal struggle between face and heel begins anew with Smackdown vs. Raw 2011, the latest entry in THQ's ever-expanding series of wrestling games. Entering its 12th year in the ring, the series finds itself struggling with stagnant game design and a decidedly old-school combat system that's beginning to show its age when compared to the more complex ring fighters of today. Smackdown vs. Raw still have what it takes to be a contender.
Tombstone pile driver. Jericho with a code breaker.
Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 is all about putting the total WWE experience in the player's hands. From the ability to set up new match types to tweaking their rules or altering the ones already in place, staging events to specification is definitely the key focus here. At the forefront is the all-new Universe mode, which marries the exhibition and career modes of previous years into a dynamic calendar of events that continuously evolves as you play the game. It's an interesting feature in that it takes the idea of user-created continuity and runs with it. Rivalries form, alliances shatter, and title fights are determined all within the context of your own personal version of the WWE. When a wrestler's sour grapes bring to bear the surprise attack on his opponent a week after their match, you really do get to appreciate the sense of persistence that the mode is aiming for. But past its randomly generated occurrences and customizable fight cards, Universe mode really just stands as a reworked vehicle for the same kind of ring action you've experienced in past games. If you simply just want to get into one of the game's many returning match types with one of the roster's 70-plus wrestlers, the subtleties are easy to overlook.
The Senton connects.
Road to WrestleMania's Superstar campaign returns with the notable reemergence of roaming, a feature that's been out of action since the series days in the PlayStation 2. The backstage interactions with other wrestlers initially feel fresh, but their novelty quickly runs its course. Poorly scripted encounters force you to stay within a specific area until they're over, and past the occasional locker room brawl, activities amount to little more than extremely simplistic quests. To its detriment, the roaming actually feels like a needless impediment leading up to each match. There's nothing particularly arresting about the feature's nauseating over-the-shoulder view or slow plotting dialogue that would make you want to prolong your stay backstage.
I'm coming after the WWE champion. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be Triple H. It could be you.
Conversely, the series' suite of creation modes doesn't make any compromises on quality, with 2011 providing some of the best customization features to date. Last year's great story designer returns, now with the ability to orchestrate branching choice trees for your tailor-made campaign, alongside a multitude of new content for created wrestlers and finishing moves, as well as tools for highlight reels and sign making. You can share your creations with other users over PSN and Xbox Live, though it remains a little difficult to separate the wheat from the chaff. When it comes to network play, Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 allows you to take any match type online, with netcode that performs respectably well in smaller settings, like one-on-one or tag team bouts. Royal Rumbles, on the other hand, are a different story. Besides being nearly impossible to set up, the crippling lag accompanying nearly every match makes the mode pretty much unplayable online. If you were hoping to take part in large format matches online without any problems, you'll have to keep waiting.
Oh no, this isn't looking good at all.
Though Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 brings some notable features to the fold, the experience feels a little too familiar. There isn't much here that you could call a significant improvement over 2010.
And he comes down on the table. Oh, and did you hear the impact? The game squeezing down on the head.
The characteristically brutal, sometimes comical, but always showy nature of wrestling is represented in Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 with a system very similar to that of last year's game. Strikes, grapples, and environmental interactions inside and out of the ring define your basic methods to lay on the hurt, topped off by bone-shattering signature and finishing moves specific to each superstar wrestler. The removal of the strong grapple modifier skews the system towards a simpler direction, but combat retains a familiar feel. In a sense, it's still all about gaining and maintaining momentum and doing anything possible to get that pinfall.
He thinks he has it. One, two, three, and Edge picks up the win.
It's for that precise, unfortunate reason, then, that the system continues to feel old and outdated. Many of the problems that have plagued the series' gameplay go unresolved in this outing, and it can often feel difficult to make sense of the combat's loose and unpredictable pace. If anything, the game almost punishes you for doing well. There's nothing quite as puzzling and infuriating as wrestlers that rubber band so handily after you've delivered them a sound beating just moments prior, apart from the fact that the series has been around for so long and has yet to address this problem.
GTS, go to sleep. Watch out here.
dated visuals of Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 don't exactly please the senses as much as past installments have, but the good points certainly can't be ignored. Specific character traits like Randy Orton's steely demeanor are definitely done justice, while the judicious use of graphics packages, camera cutaways, and voiceovers from the show's commentators make each match feel as if you were watching it on TV.
Rolling out of the ring, and it might be time for him to reassess the situation. What's he up to here?
The new physics system adds a few embellishing touches, with strewn legs draping over ropes and ladders deforming upon impact. But with odd hit detection, repetitive animations, and the occasional glitch, the game looks a bit primitive by today's standards. One thing of note is that the WWE personalities headlining each Road to WrestleMania campaign return to lend their pipes once again. The quality of the voice acting isn't much better this time around though, unless you're partial to the sort of goofy storylines and macho dialogue that the WWE traffics in.
Triple H, the game. I'm completely focused on you. Huh?
Orton may be done for. Oh! The kidney area feeling the brunt of that impact.
On one hand, Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 is a serviceable sequel that genuinely tries to stretch the limits of its design, but lackluster new features, poor follow-through, and gameplay that is yet to evolve past its prehistoric husk make it clear that the series has some serious thinking to do. As developer Ukes has proven, there's definitely some creative real estate to be found within the canvas of a ring fighter. Let's hope the 2012's installment is a little more successful in finding it.
Orton's really right there. Could this first round matchup be over?